that I would have.
The GPS Full Smile solution is a permanent full mouth teeth replacement with dental implants.
I want people to know, don't wait, and I am worth it.
Come visit us in our new Riverside Center. Call today, 800-863-9300, or go online, dentalimplantsgps.com.
Fancy Feast. Chef inspired. Cat adored. Every silky broth. Every impeccable pate. Every delicious detail brings you and your cat closer together. Fancy Feast. Love is in the details.
Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. Police are searching for a gunman who shot at a homeowner in Northridge who had just pulled into his own driveway.
Good morning, I'm Lena Bovian, live here in the city of Lakewood, where a community group is about to hold a press conference to get lawmakers to start cracking down on speeding and street takeovers. We'll show you video of 3 street takeovers that happened in South LA last night alone. That's next.
I'm Eric Spillman. One of the most influential elected leaders in the history of LA County has died. We're going to look back on the life and legacy of former county supervisor Gloria Molina.
Good morning, I'm Jacqueline Sarkeesian, and look who finally made it. We're here in Tustin at a local swim school. May is National Swim Safety Month, and we're teaching parents all the things they need to know when it comes to signing up their kids for swimming lessons.
Is that baby Mikey we're going to meet in just a bit? Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. It is considered the fastest growing sport in the U.S. Now, pickleball could be coming to a mall near you. We'll explain.
Good morning, I'm Sam Rubin. New here at 10 o'clock, Jay Leno says he will not repeat the mistake of the last writer's strike. He's now shutting down his show. You'll hear more from Jay. And live conversation, Emilio Estevez is bringing back a movie. His father starred in it. It means a lot to both father and son. We'll talk about it coming up.
Skies take a little bit of time to clear out this morning, and it's quite a thick marine layer that is pumping up and also pumping up some moisture from the south, the monsoonal moisture. What we're looking at right now, that green is not rain. We went through the reading stations and we're not getting any rain. That is actually the radar, which is picking up on the thick marine layer and all the moisture that is out there. So we're not getting reports of rain as of yet. Big Bear shot, mostly clear skies, a little bit of haze up and through the mountains, but it's the mountains that could end up getting some of those late afternoon thunderstorms and also even some lightning and rain. 67 coastal, downtown Los Angeles 76, 87 San Fernando Valley, High Desert 94, Inland Empire 91, Orange County Inland up to 80 degrees. Frank, back to you.
In about an hour, local community groups will call for action to make our streets safer. This following 3 separate street takeovers that happened overnight and concerns about safety risks near schools. KTLA's Alina Bovian live in Lakewood this morning with more on that. Alina, good morning.
Frank, good morning. And the LA City Council, they discussed this last week, potentially adding more speed bumps to get people to slow down in certain zones. But this community group, Streets Are For Everyone, they really want lawmakers to take things a step further by really cracking down and introducing new legislation that's going to make it tougher for these things to happen. Because as you said, we saw 3 just last night alone. Take a look at this video. These street takeovers, they are not only a nuisance, but very dangerous, as we have seen in the past. It was sheer chaos last night. 3 separate street takeover incidents. Fireworks were going off, hundreds of people standing around watching, cars doing donuts and burnouts with people hanging out of windows and sunroofs. The LAPD could hardly keep up last night. This happened at 3 separate intersections overnight. So one at San Pedro and St. Cherie Boulevard, the other one at Normandy and Florence, also Crenshaw and Coliseum. Street takeovers have been happening pretty much every week in the last year or so, and it's a really big issue. This morning, the community group Streets Are For Everyone will be speaking about this at a press conference coming up at 11 a.m. Also talking about Bill AB 645, which would allow a limited pilot to speed safety cameras in 6 cities as a way to reduce speeding in school zones zones and high injury roads, and also roads known for popular street racing as corridors. Now, taking a look at some of the statistics, take a look at this. In 2022, in Los Angeles, we saw a record of 312 fatalities. Throughout the state of California, more than 18,000 people were seriously injured or killed because of speeding. Traffic fatalities in the state of California, 25% higher than the national average, and the single largest factor in all traffic-related injuries and fatalities in California is speeding, which is at 47.8%. Now, back out here live in the city of Lakewood. Last summer, the city council passed an ordinance that if anyone is caught street racing, well, their car will be seized. Additionally, anyone standing by to watch can face a $1,000 fine. The city of Pico Rivera has a similar law in place. Not only will they seize your car, but anyone who's standing around watching, taking part in these street takeovers, well, they could face a $2,000 fine. I'm Lena Bourbon reporting live in Lakewood this morning, KTLA 5 News.
Alina, thank you. A Riverside County Sheriff's deputy has died days after being involved in a crash while on duty. 26-year-old Deputy Brett Harris was responding to a call for backup when the crash occurred early Friday morning. He suffered what they're calling a catastrophic brain injury and died yesterday. The driver of the second vehicle suffered minor injuries. It is still not clear which driver was at fault. Harris was assigned to the Hemet Sheriff's Station. He's survived by his wife, parents, brother, and a twin sister.
Former LA County Supervisor, the late Gloria Molina, is being remembered this morning. The trailblazing politician and activist died last night. KTLA's Eric Spillman in the newsroom with more for us. Eric, good morning.
Gloria Molina died on Mother's Day at her home in Mount Washington. She was 74 years old and had been battling terminal cancer for the last 3 years. She will be remembered as a fighter and a pioneer. I spoke via Zoom to former LA Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa.
At the end of the day, she was somebody who called him like she saw him. She didn't care if it was popular or not. And she was willing to take on whoever for the right cause.
Gloria Molina had her own unique style. While she was on the Board of Supervisors, meetings were entertaining. She asked tough questions. The LA Times described her style as direct, abrasive, rude, and unrelenting. She was both revered and feared because she wanted to make sure her constituents, the taxpayers, got their money's worth.
Now, can you share with me why there isn't a dialogue that engages us as a Board of Supervisors as far as getting these things done? Why do we have to go to the level where we're at now?
Molina had a lifetime of firsts. She was the first Latina to be elected to the California State Assembly, the first to serve as an LA City Council member, and the first to be elected to the County Board of Supervisors. She kept that position for 23 years. Her district included Koreatown, the Pico Union, East LA, and the San Gabriel Valley. She grew up in Pico Rivera and attended Cal State LA, where she got involved in the Chicano movement. It's what launched her political career. She believed in lifting economic barriers and fighting for people who did not have a voice. Many of the parks and bike trails in East LA were a result of her effort.